Salakia. Phone had cut. Ecclesiastes 2:11. It says, "Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun." Mind you, this is coming from, you know what I'm saying, Solomon, in the book of the Ecclesiastes. And you think, you know what I'm saying, all the labor, like the brothers going into, you're 40, 60, working, slaving for Esau, Edom, and you barely have any time to enjoy any of your profit, any of that labor, and it's still vexation and vanity, because what? It doesn't last. It's only temporal. It only lasts for that period of time when you're living.
That's right.
But in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be forevermore. And you're going to be in a righteous body, a body that can never perish, don't got to deal with no fucking headaches, heartbreaks, broken bones, bruises, you name it.
Complete paradise.
Complete paradise. And you're going to have planets, let alone the earth, on top, or I should say on top of the earth. Yeah. Lord willing, we be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. But it's still vanity and vexation, because you're still, we're yet this day in our captivity, man. And it doesn't really amount to anything. But in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have everything. Like brother said, paradise. But that was it to that.
This is mighty. I'm just thinking about the kingdom.
Man, bro. Was it 2 Timothy?
Yeah.
2 and
12 is the point.
God. And that's the point, suffering. But I have one more. Let me grab this. 1 Corinthians 11 and 32, because you also hit on a point as well. The 2/3 or the wicked of our people, not taking advantage of Yahweh Shai's blood. Well, they are taking advantage, but not in a good sense. They're just giving unto pleasure and just doing folly, adding sin upon sin. So though they're going to be judged in the times to come, and they're going to have no type of stability to get them through the times that we're coming into. But those that are serving the Lord in spirit and truth and sincerity, trying their best to please him, to make amends with our Lord, they're going to be protected. This is 1 Corinthians 11 and 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord. And that's what the hopeful elect are going through right now, the sufferings.
Right.
All right, it says that we should not be condemned with the world.
Damn, that's mighty.
It's because the world is going to be condemned, because they're in the world. They weren't serving the Lord in truth. They were serving the devil. They didn't look to the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They didn't call upon him when he is near.
They didn't care.
They didn't care. They gave a fuck.
And the Lord gave them over to what they wanted to what they wanted to believe in. Whether you believe in the dollar, whether you believe in money, finances, whether you believe in family, all right, whether you believe in your mama, your daddy, your grandfather, your grandmother, whatever you believe in, man, the Lord gave you over to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got poor people out here that don't really care about money. All they care about is being a good person.
Yeah.
All they care about is vibes, smoking weed.
Man, yeah.
They work their entire life just to live in their pleasures. They don't care about getting rich. And they just work their whole life to live in their pleasures, to do what they want to do, their own belly. That's the people that the brother's talking about.
Come on. That was it to that. That was.
Good point though. This is verse 12. 2 Timothy 2 and 12. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. See, if we suffer with the Lord, be dead in him, we're gonna reign with him. But if we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. He finished his walk, man. He already apprehended. He already defeated death. We still got to be faithful. We still got to believe, in order to get our crown. He already got his crown,
And the prophecies are going to stand regardless. Regardless if a nigga bitch any person says otherwise.
So a precept for that. Get Matthew 10 and 23.
God.
Matthew 10 and 32.
Yeah,
I'm
spirit.
airplane mode on my phone, getting notifications.
Matthew 10:32. You got it? It
Yeah.
says, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
So, who the Lord? How do you confess the Lord before men? All right, you go out there on the highways and byways. All right, you follow His laws, statutes, and commandments, regardless of whoever say whatever, regardless of your family, regardless of your spouse, regardless of your children. You still follow the laws and statutes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Then you teach, you exhort, all long suffering. These are examples of how do you confess the Lord before men, because we're amongst the nations, we're amongst our own people. We teach,
Mm-hmm.
so people know that we serve the Lord, and we tell the people the Lord's name. We tell people the doctrine of the Lord. It's up to them whether they hear or forbear. This is all examples of confessing Him before our Father. But why specifically before the Father? Because the Father is the one, Yahushua is the one, Slakia, that mediates between the people and the Father.
Mm-hmm.
The Father is the ultimate judge. The Most High is the ultimate judge. But the Father has committed all judgment
Unto
unto
his
the
son,
Son.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So the Father committed all judgment to the Son. So the Son is the one, like, hey, my servant, hey, I'm gonna spare him from the judgment to come. All right, son, as it is, so be it.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. So that's why He's gonna, Him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven, because we confess Him before men. All right, with sincerity. You know.
Mm-hmm.
33.
It says, but whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Exactly. So the opposite applies. That's why if we suffer with Him, we shall reign with Him. But if we deny Him, He's going to deny us. But if our faith fail us, His faith can't fail Him, because He's faithful. He can't fail Himself. Bro. It all goes full circle.
To the back you up, it says, let the Most High be true and every man a liar.
Exactly.
God.
Like you said, all the prophecies are going to come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Most High being true. But you being faithless falls into some category that you could have fixed.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. You know, the Lord gave you over to what you wanted.
Yep.
You know.
So you don't believe,
Come.
then you're not going to be saved.
So no man is tempted. No man can tempt. For God cannot be tempted by any man. But man is tempted when he's drawn away from his own lust
God.
and enticed. And enticed. It was on you, man. You know. Now the Lord is not unmerciful. Yeah, he gave you up into delusions, but you had a choice. Scripture says, "Choose ye this day who you may serve." You know. But I had Matthew 16:25.
God.
Let's get that if I can close up.
Matter of fact, I'll start at 24.
Okay.
It says Matthew 16:24. It says, then said Yahweh unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Okay.
For
That if any man come after me, let him take up his cross. All right. So that cross is a representation of going through positions of difficulty. It's hell. That's his cross, because the Lord had His cross. He had His positions of difficulty. So we have ours, and every man's difficulty is tailor made.
mm-hmm.
All right, for himself. So you can't look at the next man's difficulty. All right, and say like, man, I ain't going through that. He ain't going through what I'm going through. Man, he ain't. You know. Let's get that, because I just said what I just said. When men become faithless, they tend to look at other people and like, man, he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Hey man, the Lord was with you. All you have to do is believe. But because of your own lack of faith, you fell out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, really, ultimately, it is the Lord.
Yeah.
But He gave you a choice, and
Yeah.
you chose. You chose, man. Because if you had faith, you would have faith in the Word. You would have faith that, for there's no temptation is such as common to man. For if every man they go through temptation, the Lord giveth them a way of escape. You would have believed in that. You would have been asking for help, and you would have been praying and asking, like, man, Lord, what do you want me to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And asking for the faith to be built up within you.
Okay.
That's another precept you could look to. That said, to that man that asked, he said, "Lord, I believe. Help down mine unbelief."
Okay.
You know.
That's mighty, man. Yeah, kind of. We go 25.
25. It says Matthew 16:25, and for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Okay. So who shall also save his life shall lose it. What's an example of saving your life, man? They actually, in this world we live in, they ask you, what do you do for a living? All right, you solely committed to that whatever you do for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're a carpenter, and you solely committed to being a carpenter. You eat, sleep, and breathe being a carpenter. Yeah, you don't do nothing else. All right, man. So you save your, you found your, you found your salvation. This is what you think is gonna save your life, but hey, the Lord is gonna, you're gonna lose your life because when the Lord come back, carpentry ain't gonna save you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How well you build a house ain't gonna fucking save you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gonna save you. So, and I'm just giving it as an example, because whatever you believe to be your deliverer of the hell that you go through, that's why we named this what suffer now, not later. These people don't want to suffer later. They don't want to suffer now. They want to be delivered now. They want their consolation right now. So whatever you found to be your consolation as of right now, that's not gonna save you. So you're gonna lose your life. All right, whatever you desire, whatever you found to be a consolation, that saved your life already. So you can't have two masters, you know.
That's why the people with that mindset are going to wind up taking that C-hip.
That's right.
That's why I always like to link up this scripture with, because those are the times that we're coming into, those that are going to take that in order to preserve their life. Whether it be ignorantly, but really it's going to be no excuse, because they're going to know that it's the fucking, that's the mark.
They had the chance, because
They had the
word
chance.
of the Lord was preached
It was
to the
out.
four corners of the earth. They had the chance, but they scoffed and walked past. Or they just say, "Oh, leave them alone." But you still denied them. You denied the Lord by walking past and not inquiring. You know.
That's why I said
Chose.
those that confess, it said in the NLT that word confess goes into acknowledge. They didn't acknowledge the Lord. They didn't acknowledge the prophets walking, you know what I'm saying, just walking by the prophets. They didn't acknowledge.
They didn't even ask. They didn't inquire. That's the opposite of an inquire. They didn't. I'm sorry, I said opposite. Synonym to inquire. I mean, synonym to acknowledge, inquire.
Inquire. Seek out. Search.
And see, hey,
ask
what
why.
y'all about? You know, ask some questions. But they just like, oh, let them be. You know, hey, man. Hey, you denied. You know? But, go ahead.
It says, Matthew 16:26, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
See, for his sake, because we got people that lose their life for what? For different false gods, for different idols like Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
You got different sects that lose their life for certain whatever god they serve. Oh, we believe Stoicism. We're gonna destroy our body so it can become better, because it's the way of a Stoic. That's the way of this. That's the way of Buddha. That's the way of Joshin. That's the way of whoever, you know.
Yeah.
So
there are different
you got people that lose their life, but it says for my sake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For Yahweh Bashem Yahweh sake, shall find it. You know, it's like those monks. They lose their life. They give up the cares of this world, you know, but they serve whatever God they serve.
Or the hardcore bodybuilders.
The hardcore. Now, that's what I was thinking about. Like
influencers.
I'm gonna train my body to the. Or they lose special forces.
Yeah.
They lose
military.
their life for what? For their country.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord said, "Who's going to lose his life for my sake?
Yeah.
Who's going to be that person that they are, but for me?" You know, so that's what we're doing. We're being that person for the Lord's sake, man. He said, then what? He said, he shall find it. We're going to find our life. But when we be delivered, we're going to reign with him because we suffered with him.
Verse Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
Mm-hmm.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Because there's nothing that you can give in exchange for your soul, because you didn't even create your own self. There's nothing you can give someone that's equal value of your soul, because you didn't even give it. You didn't even make it. You know what I'm saying? So what is it? It's a rhetorical question. There's nothing that you can give that equal your soul. So what does it profit to give your actual life force to another person? Because you have people on this earth that give their actual life force for money and
Mm.
fame, to be
Yeah.
recognized and clout and popularity. All right. It says shall lose his own soul. It says, or what shall a man give in exchange for his own? It's nothing. Honestly, the answer is nothing. Give your soul back to the person that created it. That's like being respectful to your parents. When you were a baby, this person raised me and protected me from all the dangers that the world has to offer. There's nothing you can possibly give this person back to
Mm.
repay them. So
Exactly.
there's no, it's like the ultimate gratitude.
I think it tells you in the apocrypha. I forgot how it's worded,
Con,
but it mentions that.
con. But I think that was it.
Let me just finish it out. I'll finish it
Yeah,
out.
con.
It
It's only two
says,
verses.
"For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shall reward every man according to his works."
See, he's going to reward every man according to his works, according to what he did, and according to how he believed. You know, because you could be doing everything right, but you don't really believe. You're
Yeah.
just doing it. You're just doing it for the hell of it. You're like, oh man, just in case they are right. I really don't believe what they saying is true. What if the world do go on? But just in case they are right, I'm
Man,
gonna go
bro.
ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and go to camp every weekend, just in case they are right. Just so if they are right, I can be covered. Like that's not the wrong. That's the wrong spirit to be in, man. You're supposed to be wanting
Yeah, that's
this to
crazy.
happen, man. You're supposed to be one. You're supposed to be Lord. And when this happened, man, Baba Kushah,
Save,
please forgive me of my
yeah,
iniquity and save me and save my
deliver,
brethren too.
God.
You're supposed to be sincere with it, man. The Lord wants those that are sincere. You know that's gonna die for this. That wants to die for this.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the ones that's wavering in faith. You
Thinking like,
know,
oh, I don't know if the Lord coming back and let
I
me
don't
let me go ahead
know.
and do this.
What if Lord not with me really for real like that? You know?
And that's exactly right. He's coming to bring back a reward, whether it be good or evil.
Yeah, he's coming back to do two things: gather and to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they gather and scatter. God.
God.
Yeah.
It says, verse 28, "Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death
Mm-hmm.
till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom."
God.
So those that, you know what I'm saying, be translated
That's right.
right up into the chariots. You know, those that were Salaki, goddamn,
Rewarded.
rewarded good
Yeah.
for their good deeds, for their good
Yeah.
fruits of
Yeah.
righteousness.
You got some men that's gonna be martyrs, which is witnesses for the Lord. Then you got some men that's not gonna taste death. They're not gonna be witnesses according to being beheaded,
Mm-hmm.
like Revelations say. But they're gonna be witnesses according to a witness and being beamed up,
Mm-hmm.
translated, like the brother just said. God, not.
God, so with that, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting unto you. Again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors again unto the apostles and the elders. Shalom, Wa, Kwam Yasharala.